You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. By going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com, you can make this possible. All right, folks, Thursday, September 5th, 2019. Our top story, Hurricane Dorian has left the Bahamas and is trashing South Carolina right now with storm surge happening. It is a major, major storm, folks. Flooding, rainfall, high winds, and tornadoes. Let's get right to it. Joining me live from South Carolina is Weather Channel meteorologist Paul Goodlow. Paul, again, the brunt of this stuff, of course, Bahamas hit real hard. What is happening right now in South Carolina?
Well, right now, the center of the storm is just offshore by about 40 miles or so from Myrtle Beach, and it looks like it's going to come real close to making a U.S. mainland landfall somewhere maybe around the Outer Banks of North Carolina later tonight or early tomorrow morning. But we're still dealing with some hurricane-force wind gusts across the coast of South Carolina and even North Carolina, some tropical storm-force wind gusts. And we've been dealing with a lot of heavy rain for much of the day. That's now spreading into North Carolina. But just last year, they had Hurricane Florence. This is a little bit different. Florence came in and kind of slowed down and stalled and dumped a foot or more of rain across a widespread area of North and South Carolina. Hurricane Dorian kind of moving a lot faster now. So we're going to see perhaps half that type of rainfall over a widespread area, but not as widespread as before. So we're not going to see as much river flooding, which also killed a lot of people last year. This is going to be a much more of a coastal event here for the Carolinas. It's in, it's out, and it might even bring some interesting weather to maybe the Cape and the islands of Massachusetts as we head in a couple of days or so. So this is unlike what it was across the Grand Bahama Island, where it kind of sat there for over 24 hours, the Cat 5 hurricane. This thing now is a Category 2, and it continues to move faster and slowly start to weaken, but it's still packing a pretty big punch, and will still be an eventful hurricane for eastern South Carolina and much of eastern North Carolina tonight and into tomorrow morning.
What is the impact on Georgia?
Not much. The coast of Georgia had some rain, had some surf. People are still out by the Sea Islands of Georgia. You're still going to have an increased surf and rip current risk probably into the weekend, and things will come down a little bit, but no major impacts from Dorian into Georgia except perhaps increased traffic and people's blood pressure up, worrying about whether they would have a direct landfall of that hurricane.
All right, then. Paul Goodlow with the Weather Channel, man. We surely appreciate it. Be safe. Thanks a lot.
Sure thing.
All right, then. Also, folks, let me pull this up. A letter was sent by Senator Marco Rubio of Florida to Donald Trump asking for support there. In this letter, he lays out, he said, incoming images and media reports indicate that thousands of homes have been destroyed and the basic infrastructure of many communities simply no longer exists. In this letter, Rubio touts the role Bahamians have played in the building of Miami historically and the need for the U.S. to get involved. It says Florida enjoys historically deep ties with the Bahamas, and by proximity, many Floridians have family in the Bahamas. What he is asking for is for Donald Trump to actually remove the visa restrictions to allow folks from the Bahamas to come to Florida to stay with family while homes are being rebuilt. And so I'm reaching out to the White House to find out if that actually happens. And so we'll certainly keep you up to date on that as well. Also, just to understand what is going on here, this is the front page of the Nassau Guardian. I am on a email list, with folks there. This is the front page of the Nassau Guardian, a rising toll, 20 now confirmed dead. But I've been talking to folks there in the Bahamas. There are a number of other people who are dead. They have not even been accounted for. And so they believe that death toll is actually going to rise. And so we certainly are keeping looking out for that as well. And in fact, talk about how this thing has happened. The Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Dr. Hubert Minnis, talk about hitting close to home. His brother perished as a result of a Hurricane Dorian. This is, again, one of the stories from the newspaper there in the Bahamas. I have folks, again, who are from there who are sending me a number of stories and other images taking place there. There are all sorts of There are all sorts of efforts being raised efforts being led to raise money. They're sending me literally a list of those things. Number of fundraisers taking place right now in Miami and Fort Lauderdale for the folks in the Bahamas. Fundraisers taking place in New York as well. So what I've asked them to do is to send me actually a list so we see all of that. This is one of the videos that was sent to me as well that was shot by folks there. Some of the ministers who were actually on the reconnaissance mission flying over the islands. They sent me this video so you can actually see what's going on there, to see some of that destruction that's taking place. A number of the homes there, Grand Abaco as well as Freeport. The second and third largest cities in the Bahamas, talking about serious damage. Grand Abaco really was laid out. More than 1,000 homes totally just destroyed. And again, the death toll is going to be rising there as well. And so we're watching that to offer all kind of support that we can. And again, I've been in contact with the Prime Minister's office, with the Minister of Tourism, the Minister of Health there, and so many others there, just to keep folks up to date about what's going on in the Bahamas. And so we certainly will stay on top of that story. We'll also see what happens with the United States, what kind of assistance they'll be providing the folks there as well. And of course, Trump has said he will pledge support to the folks there in the Bahamas. This is from one of the newspapers there in the Bahamas as well, saying that they will pledge support. We'll see exactly what that is, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll see. And so we'll keep you guys up to date on that as well.
All right, folks, back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Doing great. Some great camera work. So Gerald Albright was in Virginia. I shot that video last year, and so we got some other stuff we're going to be showing y'all. But that's Gerald Albright, one of the folks performing Luxe Jazz Experience in Cabo, November 7th through the 11th. I am going to be there, folks. We'll be broadcasting Roland Martin Unfiltered at Thursday and Friday. It's going to be a phenomenal opportunity, folks, listening for you to have top-notch music and libations. That's alcohol. And, of course, golf and spa and wellness. We have the Omnia Day Club, Los Cabos, nestled in the Sea of Cortez and Celebrity Playground of Los Cabos. It's a wonderful experience, the second annual Ultimate Jazz Getaway for folks who appreciate that music. It's going to be a phenomenal time, luxury accommodations. Again, as we said, great food, great drink, golf, spa, health, wellness, all kinds of stuff we'll be doing there. And of course, the various things taking place include mini concerts, the Spirit of Jazz Gospel Brunch, Jazz Sunset Cruise. Some of the confirmed guests, comedian actor Mark Curry, Gerald Albright, as I said, Alex Bunyan, Raul Madon, Incognito, Pieces of a Dream, Kirk Whalum, Average White Band, Donnie McClurkin, Shalea, Roy Ayers, Tom Brown, Ronnie Laws, Ernest Quarles, and more. If you want to see the whole lineup, go to lifeluxejazz.com, L-I-F-E-L-U-X-E jazz.com, L-I-F-E-L-U-X-E jazz.com. And if you're wondering, this venture, it is a black-owned venture, just so y'all know that. And so I'm one of the ambassadors. I'll be there. A birthday celebration for me. We're going to have a great time. So I want y'all to go to the website, check out the packages, and look, it's going to be cold in November on the East Coast. So y'all can come hang out in Cabo for 4 days so we can have a grand time. So really looking forward to making that happen. lifeluxejazz.com, lifeluxejazz.com.
Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.